What's happening, guys? Dean here, Strong.Lean.Fit, on a walk this morning. I want to challenge you and ask you the question of what are you doing every single day to help your anxiety, help your self-confidence, and help your self-doubt. And the reason I ask these three are simply because right now I'm on a walk, to start my day off, to kick off or kick out my bad thoughts and kick off the day with good thoughts. Something I do often, something I find a lot of benefit from, and something I feel that a lot of people can benefit from, yet they haven't explored that sort of thing. Now, I'm not saying it's one thing that's going to change your life forever, but if you take time to think about your thoughts and try and declutter the brain, if you like, it will help you a lot more than not, if you like. But again, you've got to experience it for yourself, you've got to try it, and you've got to actually absorb it. So, when we're looking at people's lives day to day, a lot of people get anxious. I know I do. I'm not afraid to admit it. I actually really suffer with anxiety quite a lot at the minute, and that's not something that I suppose is necessarily something I'm doing wrong. It's just, for me personally at the minute, I'm at a stage of business that I've never been at before. I'm at a stage of my life I've never been at before. There's a lot going on, and also obviously in this life that we live in, it's very busy, and that is all anxiety is. It's something I've learned over the last 6 months, and really it's just from suffering and then talking to people and from educating myself, I suppose, and talking to the right people. But anxiety is just you building up your thoughts, you letting your mind take control of yourself as opposed to you controlling your mind. As cheesy as it is, or people don't like to look into that sort of side of things, and people think, yeah, it is what it is. But actually, if you spend time with yourself, thinking, whilst getting your thoughts straight and really just homing down to understanding why you think the way you think, and then you'll start to understand more. And it could start from the little things, like the first thing you do when you get up, what do you do? Because if you're scrolling through Facebook, if you're looking at other people's shit, ultimately, and then you're kicking your day off in the wrong way. Other than that, like checking emails, I don't check emails first thing in the morning, because it's things that are getting your body straight back into work, not having that rest, not having that space, or not creating any space. And this is something that I found really powerful recently, is putting time in the day where I do certain things, having certain parts of the day where I will contact people in different things that I'm doing. And I think really it's just about sort of being in control of your day, making sure that you know when things are coming up, as opposed to always subconsciously thinking, when have I got to do this, when have I got to do that. Having a to-do list throughout the day and then ticking it off as you do it. But that also leads on to like the confidence side of things. People have a lot of self-doubt and are not confident within themselves. And a lot of the time it's just because they're not actually in control of their life. They don't have a confident plan of their day, of their week, of their month. They don't know what they're doing in regards to understanding what's next. It's just what's next will happen. But this isn't how you become confident as a person. This isn't how you control your life and control your thought process. But for me, the things that really help, I've tried in the past doing like breathing techniques and stuff. Sometimes they help, sometimes they don't for me. Some people really rave about breathing techniques, meditation, sitting down, breathing. Sometimes, like I say, sometimes it can really help me. It depends what sort of mind state I'm in. But one of the best things I find for me personally is just literally getting out, walking, listening to podcasts, listening to music, having that downtime. But again, creating space. Something I'm doing right now in business, in life, is creating space for myself. So when I say creating space, I don't mean not doing anything, I don't mean lazing around, but naturally with myself, if I was to do it, I would always... There's Sarah running past. She's creating space at the minute, she's doing her run. But I would always work if it was down to myself and my natural sort of way of living, which is not healthy. It's not the way I want to be, it's not the way I should be, because you can only do it for so long when you burn out. Obviously, I've got an awesome team at Strong.Lean.Fit that help me a lot, but ultimately they can't do it for me, and they can't help me feel good if I'm not creating my own space and creating control in my life. And that's something I've learned, myself massively recently, which has enabled me to now sort of move forward and help people more in the way I want to help them, I suppose. So it's having that time to sort of think, having that time to work on things that need working on, because every day I could go from one job straight into the same job. And when I say jobs, I mean like tasks that I'm doing within my job. And you feel like you're never getting anywhere. You feel like you're always starting the same job, and you're always starting the same work. You're never creating space where you actually feel like that's one job complete, move on to the next one. And I did it for months and months, and not realizing it and thinking that this is it, this is my job, this is my life, this is what I do. But actually it's not. I didn't find time to, I'd even spend time with my little girl and feel guilty because I've not been present in the room, not been thinking about her. She helps me massively. She doesn't know yet because she's only 2, but she helps me massively in regards to switching off, because when I pick her up, I commit to literally not doing anything else. So again, that's another thing that could be, used for this reason. But yeah, ultimately, it's just about learning these things as you go along and trying to help build your confidence, create more space, and ultimately release anxiety. Because anxiety, a lot of people suffer from it. I think some people can make themselves worse, far too worse, too quick. But I also think strongly that everybody will suffer from anxiety in some way, shape or form. It's just how much you let it beat you down and how much you let it control your life. But a few simple tips will be able to help you straighten up a lot more. But I'll leave you that, guys. Hopefully it's helpful. It's just me sharing a little bit about myself and things that I try and teach my clients and members to help them move forward. Small little shifts. But get out walking, people. Get positive, get thinking about your thoughts, and put some things in place for yourself. Peace out.